States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for this day that you have made. Lord God, we just ask you to continue to cover our city, continue to lead us the way we should be led, and continue to cover our residents each and every day. We thank you in all these things. We pray, amen.
Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander. Spitali.
Here.
Vanez.
Here.
Galwinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Emerson.
Here.
Rakels.
Here.
Warple.
Here. Let the record show 9 present in chambers, 0 absent. Mayor?
Hi, good to see you all. This is my report for the week of September 22nd, 2025. Recently, we resumed weekly staff meetings. We do take a break during the summertime after the Festival of the Lakes, and we slow down the staff meetings. We do resume after Labor Day with all 3 sections coming back. We call them red, white, and blue sections. I meet with every week for the rest of the year now with executive staff on a weekly basis. We did one big staff meeting to get started again with all of the department heads in attendance. So we're all back on the same page, which is great. It's hard during the summertime sometimes to get everybody in the same room at the same time, so it's good to be back in swing. Also back in swing with their monthly Hammond Police Department Captains Meeting, where we discussed crime statistics, emerging trends, and personnel matters. Met with the new CEO of the Lakeshore Chamber of Commerce, Kelly Talon, welcomed her into her new role. It's great to see a Hammond person get chosen for the CEO's position there, so it's great to see. Featured guest on a podcast called Mayors of Main Street. It's a national podcast. They recognized Hammond, Indiana, so I thought that was nice. Met with potential developers of a prominent piece of property in downtown Hammond. I don't want to talk about which piece of property we met with, but it was an interesting meeting. I talked to Councilman Salinas about it just to let him know that we were looking. It's interesting. Hopefully it continues down the path. It's real early right now, so I can't really talk about details because I don't want to screw anything up, but it's nice that people are looking and interested. Met with the executives of Hutamaki in regards to HUEA paperwork snafu. We got a chance to talk to the finance team and local executives. It's always good to get on the same page. As you all know, they just got done doing a $100 million expansion in the city of Hammond, and they're talking about another expansion shortly, which is great news. And along with another expansion of Hutamaki would be another round of hiring, which is usually Hammond residents that get hired there, so that's good news. Cut the ribbon on Swingers Golf Simulator Lounge in the Hammond Sportsplex. It's named Swingers because you swing a golf club there, so don't get any funny ideas. It is in the Sportsplex. It's available for rent on the app. You could do it through the Sportsplex app, Sportsplex website, or you could do it on the app for the developer. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I think it's right around $50 an hour. Food and drinks are available. It's a bar, so you can have drinks while you're doing it, watch the Bears game, things like that. So we expect it to do really well with volleyball dads. So while they drop off their daughters and they're playing downstairs, I go upstairs with the golf clubs. That's what we're hoping for. Met with the captain in charge of the Hammond City Jail over an exemption from Hammond's hiring freeze. Quite a few of these meetings. As you all know, we started a hiring freeze about a month ago, and I have individual departments coming asking for exemptions in places like the jail. Met with supervisor in charge of the Hammond Sportsplex over exemption from Hammond's hiring freeze. Met with the CEO and CFO of the Hammond Sanitary District over exemption from Hammond's hiring freeze. Not all of our departments are subject to property taxes like we are. You know, over here in the council, anybody in City Hall, we rely on property taxes, but we do have some people that report to me that don't rely on property taxes, like the water department, for instance, in the sanitary district. So what do? Are they subject to the hiring freeze? So we have a lot of that kind of stuff going on right now. We're trying to clarify. Last but not least, participated in Hammond City Employee Olympics. As you all know, we do this once or twice a year where we get the employees together and play a sport and compete against each other. Usually the firefighters win. They did not win this year. Kickball was the sport. We played it in Dalian Park on the PNW women's softball field. The winner of the event was the Hammond Department of Public Works. So congratulations, the Department of Public Works. There was a lot of requirements on these teams. You had to have a certain number of people over the age of 40, you had to have a certain number of men, you had to have a certain number of women, so it really encouraged teamwork and, multiple departments working together, so it was pretty cool. So congratulations to Felix, the team captain, for that team. And I know that there's a resolution that you all are considering today. We did a press release on this also. The resolution is it's a variance request from the BZA petition. It's basically, this is located at the old Hose Connection building on the 6700 block of Kennedy Avenue. So right there in Hessville. Councilman Warple sponsored this resolution, and it fooled everybody because we all thought it was the 6th district, and we were asking ourselves why Councilman Warple would sponsor a resolution in the 6th district. But as it turns out, that side of Kennedy Avenue is still Councilman Warple's district. So Councilman Warple sponsored it. This is good news. We've been talking about this for a while, but not really openly. The old Hose Connection building on the 6700 block of Kennedy Avenue is going to be, it's currently unoccupied. The business moved to a bigger building. We have a new foreign local brewery and tap room opening there. They're looking to open by the end of the year with 10 to 15 new jobs created, $1 million investment. We'll brew a variety of craft beer on site, and we'll showcase amazing Mexican barbecue alongside their food vendor and partner, Smoke on the Water. The new owner recognized the value the city put into the new streetscape along Kennedy Avenue. It's the perfect type of business the city's been striving for in downtown Hessville. So I appreciate you all considering that. The BZA has already gone through this. Obviously, you guys have a lot of questions, I'm sure, still to ask, but I think it's exciting that we have a new brewery located in Hessville. I think that's a good accomplishment for us
Mayor.
so far. I'm not satisfied, but it's a good step in the right direction.
Mayor, Mr. Kowacki, the owner, is sitting right here in the front row. He's
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it.
answered some questions during caucus, and he's
Yeah.
staying in case anything else. But does anybody have any questions? Were you done? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Does
I
anybody,
have, if anybody has any questions.
yeah. Does anybody have any questions or comments for the mayor?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Councilman
Mr. President.
Tyler?
I know at one point, Kudamaki had planned not a re-grand opening or like a ribbon cutting or something, and it got postponed. Do you know if there's any plans? I know they have a lot of
I'm trying to remember.
guidelines in terms of,
No, because
Who
it's
can
hard
come?
for them, Councilman, because they have it's a national,
Right.
international company. Have you heard something?
If you want, I can answer. We had a meeting with Hutamaki recently, and essentially they're planning another expansion, and so they're going to wait until
Got it.
that's
Oh,
done.
okay, good, thanks, Scott. That's sort of what I previewed earlier. It's good news, but, and then if you all remember when we did the ribbon cutting the first time, it was probably the hardest rainstorm I've seen in Hammond in years. It was a monsoon, so they're probably scared to come to Hammond. There's people that flew in from all across the world for that ribbon cutting. It was a monsoon, so thanks for the question.
sorry, and I got one more question.
Sure.
I know Swanell shared, formed with us that they are hiring. Do we know where that project is? I know, it seems like they're.
It's almost
close to
done,
being
Councilman.
Okay.
I got a report on it this morning. I can't remember off the top of my head. Juan gave the report, but I want to say they're doing a ribbon cutting in like December. Do you remember?
Yeah, it should be before the end of the year.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they were trying to coordinate my calendar with like the governor. They want the governor there and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's coming real soon, Councilman. It looks done, but I'm sure there's still some work going on in the inside. That's a great project too.
Yeah.
Right here in the 3rd District, it's going to help out a lot with the TIF district here. And we're using the TIF district here to try to develop a piece of property just to the north of City Hall. We also have property just to the south. And one more thing, Councilman, I also got an update on the U-Haul project that's going. There's a ribbon cutting, or a groundbreaking coming very soon for right there off of, is that Kenwood right there?
Kenwood, yep.
Yeah, right off of Kenwood. So
Great.
we got a lot of stuff coming in your district. One ribbon cutting, one groundbreaking, so.
All right.
And hopefully we get this moving. We've been trying to develop this for a while.
Yeah, I was talking to Scott about that today, so.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any other questions? Thanks, Councilman.
Anybody else have any other questions? As long as we're talking about ribbon cuttings, let's see, I got one here for October 2nd for Ivan's Roofing. That is the old, I called it, was it Dan Bernadelli or whatever's towing place on Kennedy Avenue at Bertinelli's, I'm sorry.
Okay.
7325 Kennedy Avenue at 11 on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on October 2nd.
Oh, okay.
And Does anybody else have anything for the mayor?
You know, while we're here at a council meeting and we're talking about Kennedy Avenue, the city just closed on a piece of property over there on, just to the north of Hessville Park. It's the old Bargain Finder building. That's the one, right? And do you remember the address on that? 7105 Kennedy Avenue.
And it
It's-
goes all the way to,
we got the
Orchard
entire
Drive,
piece of
right?
property. We did not get the tower behind it. The tower behind it's a cell phone tower, but we got that entire piece of property. It's integral to developing over there. We had this little bit of money in a TIF district. We used to buy that building. That's going to come down shortly. So that's the goal. So I don't know if you have any questions on that, but that just closed earlier this week. So
and all the vehicles parked there will be gone?
yes, sir. Absolutely.
Because that's been a problem.
It's an eyesore and it's coming down. So it's right next to a great park and then it's a junkyard, but
I'm so happy to hear that we finally got rid
I am too. That was a good.
Is that the old Artem Trucking? Is that the property, or is
Is
it
it?
the Bargain
Okay.
Finder building?
Yeah, the Bargain Finder building, which is like a football field on the inside.
Yeah.
It's humongous building and the little parking lot that's turned into a junkyard, so.
It is Artem Truck.
The old Artem
Finder
Truck.
is actually the church, one the church bought on the other
Okay,
side.
okay. Okay, so
My
I
bad.
hope I did it justice, but I'm really happy about that. We'll probably do a press release shortly, but that happened within the last couple of days, so
Cool.
I should have written it by notes, so. Any other questions?
No other questions? Thank you,
Thank you
Mayor.
all, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Item number 4, approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the September 8th, 2025 minutes and place them on file.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Salinas, seconded by Councilman Emerson. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 5, approval of claims.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
I move for approval of claims beginning with claims dated September 4th, 2025, and ending with claims dated September 17th, 2025, claim number 8082 through claim number 8571 inclusive, in the amount of $28,853,620.91. I so move.
The motion has been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander. Spitali.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes.
Galwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakels.
Yes.
Orpel.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries, 9 in favor, 0 opposed. Item number 6, public hearings. There are none. Item number 7, communications. Does anybody have any communications?
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler.
just want to announce that the Hammond Fire Department is hosting their fire prevention open house on Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This event is free and open to the public. It is located at Fire Station Number 2, which is located at 2403 Calumet Avenue. Once again, that's the Fire Prevention Open House hosted by our fire department from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, October 11th. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything on the communications?
Mr. President,
Councilman Salinas.
I also want to make an announcement that the Excel Center, located at 3438 169th Street, is offering classes geared towards learning English. For people that actually have little to no English in their current vocabulary, they are welcome to come out and take some classes. They're offered at various times throughout the week. I know they offer some free childcare as well. A lot of that information can be found on their website at www.diplomaforme.com, the Excel Center in Hessville. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else have anything on the communications?
Mr. President,
Councilman Rakos.
I'd like to announce the HC3 Movies in the Park will take place on October 4th at 7:30. The screen will actually be right by the Little Red Schoolhouse. We've had the last couple of years, and it's turned out to be quite a good, a well-attended event. This year, the double feature is It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Showtime is 7:30. Free admission, bring your own chairs and snacks. And HC3 is putting that on October 4th at 7:30.
Thank you. Anybody else have any communications? Anybody else have anything on the communications? I've got a few. The Realtors Breakfast is Thursday, September 25th from 9 to 10:30 p.m. City of Hammond updates by Mayor Tom McDermott. It's hosted by Scott Miller. Oh, he's the master of ceremonies, let me put it that way. And that is at the Last Marsh Golf Course, Emerald Green. We have a Vision of Health luncheon, Tuesday, October 28th, at Dynasty Banquets. Individual admission is $40, a table of 8 is $300, and the guest speaker that night is Mayor McDermott. And finally, just to clarify what we do when someone's electronic, I was handed the rules by the clerk's office, and there are 2 parts highlighted just so the public understands. Electronic meetings are the statutory authorization that are required. A member of the governing body of a public agency who is not physically present at a meeting of the governing body may participate in a meeting by any electronic means of communication that does the following, and one of them is a governing body member who participates in a meeting by electronic means of communication shall be considered present for the purposes of establishing a quorum. But it may require to participate in any final action taken at the meeting only if the member can be seen and heard. And a lot of times, like Councilman Tyler explained, there's a delay when we're taking a roll call. And when the clerk's office turns around and looks at me, they're looking for a live picture of the person voting. And I know that there is a delay with the Zoom and all that, but the way I'm taking this is the person, in order to be considered present for quorum purposes, doesn't need the requirement. I mean, he can do that by phone, correct? As long as it's audible during a meeting. But if you want to vote on anything, it has to be by electronic means where you can actually see the person when they place the vote. And that was a lot for me to read, to be honest with you, and not mess it up. Anybody else got anything under communications? Does anybody else have anything under communications? Hearing none, communications are closed. Committee reports.
Mr. President,
Councilman Salinas.
I want to announce that the Capital Improvement Board met on September 15th, and during that meeting, we had 3 funding allocations that I'll go through now. The first funding allocation, number 281, is a quiet zone administrative fee to Norfolk Southern Railroad in the amount of $26,500. This amount is just a fee to evaluate the quiet zones. In total, we're requesting 9 crossings throughout Hammond, 4 near the downtown Hammond location, and 4 in Hessville. Funding allocation number 282, electric vehicle charging stations at City Hall and the Sportsplex to Midwestern Electric in the amount of $106,300. This is the quote that was accepted to install EV charging stations, 4 in total. 2 at City Hall and 2 at the Sportsplex. One at each location will include rapid chargers. Funding allocation number 283, Summer Street reconstruction change orders 8 and 13 through 17 to NDOT Reith and Riley Construction in the amount of $15,567.94. This was part of an 80-20 split. Thank you.
Councilman Salinas, just to add one thing, it's my understanding that the charging stations were also part of a grant?
Yes, the grant itself covered just the equipment. That was the equipment cost that the grant covered. This fee that we're talking about, number 282, is the actual for the quote for the installation of the equipment.
Thank you. Councilwoman Venez.
Yes, Mr. President. I'd like to announce the upcoming Community and Crime Watch meetings. On Wednesday, October 1st, I can't believe it's October already, Edison Community Watch will meet at Edison School beginning at 6:30 p.m. Harrison Park Crime Watch will meet Tuesday, October 7th, 6 p.m. at the VFW on Holman Avenue, across from Harrison Park. Excuse me. Hessville Crime Watch will meet Thursday, October 16th at the HC3 Community Center on Martha Street. Irving Community Watch will meet Tuesday, October 14th, 9:30 a.m. in the art room at Irving School. And the Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will meet Thursday, October 9th, 6:30 p.m. At Calumet College. I do want to acknowledge 2 Crime Watch meetings that occurred this past week. One was the Jefferson Crime Watch, not very well attended, but great information, and we're trying to get the word out there for when the next meeting is announced. So anyone who lives in the Jefferson School area, please come out. Also, formerly Indy Illy, which is now the South Holman Avenue Neighborhood Watch. That's always a mouthful for me. They met last Thursday at Trinity Church on Holman Avenue. It was very well attended, great information once again. So please, come out to the Crime Watch meetings. Find out what's going on in your neighborhood, not only in terms of occurrences such as crime, but also things that are happening in the neighborhood. At the South Holman meeting, we talked about the train and construction projects. And at the Jefferson meeting, we talked about, because it was the first meeting, we talked about safety measures in the neighborhood. So please come out, learn about what's going on in your neighborhood, because community is not just about me, it's about us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, and just to add to what you were talking about with the Jefferson Crime Watch, although I told Tom I'd be there, I had the misfortune of vowing, tearing to help coach my grandson's football team. And I finally know what it's like to be a Bears coach after all these years, because we haven't even won a game. In fact, Sunday we got our first down, our first down all year. But
All right, yay.
I will be attending those meetings as soon as this misery is over with. With that, does anybody else have anything under committee reports? Hearing none, committee reports are now closed. Item number 9, ordinance, third reading and final passage. There are none. Item number 10, introduction of ordinances.
Item A, ordinance 25-18, sponsored by Councilwoman Venez. An ordinance creating new funds, Fund Number 3397, Fund Number 4683, for the municipal food and beverage tax funds.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
I move for first and second reading of 2518.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilman Rakos. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
I am not calling for a committee meeting because it's simply establishing line items at the request of the controller for the food and beverage tax.
Is there any other discussion? Is there any other discussion? Is there any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item B, in an ordinance sponsored by Councilwoman Venez, an ordinance designating new funds, Fund Number 2249, 2250, for the municipal tax and concurrent will tax funds.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
yes, I move for first and second reading of 2519.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilman Rakos. Councilwoman Venez.
Yes, once again, I am not requesting a committee meeting because this is at the request of the controller, line items for the wheel tax. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Item C, ordinance 2520, sponsored by Councilwoman Venez. An ordinance creating new funds, 2493, 2494, and 2495 for the FY 2026 Comprehensive Highway Injury Reduction Program grant funds.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Venez.
yes, I move for first and second reading of 2520.
Second.
The motion's been made by Councilwoman Venez, seconded by Councilwoman Alexander. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Venez.
Yes, this is called a CHIRP grant, and I will explain that, in the amount of $51,750. The line items that we're requesting is for, I'll just read which was given to me by the police department via our controller. The line item number 2593, that line item, the goal is the prevention and reduction of traffic injuries and/or fatal crashes through seatbelt enforcement, speed enforcement, and impairment driving enforcement. This covers overtime, FICA, PERF, and the line for federal grants. The line item 2494 is under SAVE, and that the goal is to aid in the safe transportation of school-age pedestrians at school pickup and drop-off locations by making sure drivers do not go around stop arms. And once again, there's overtime, FICA, PERF, and a line for the federal grant. Pedestrian bike. The goal is to increase safety of pedestrians and bicyclists by reducing the injuries and/or fatalities. And once again, the line items are for overtime, FICA, PERF, and the federal grant. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
President Warple, that concludes the introduction of the ordinances.
Thank you, Clerk Golick. Item number 11, resolutions. There are none. Item number 12, before we get in, is new and unfinished business. I am reminded that our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October 14th, because Monday is the holiday, and at that time, the budget will be introduced. And under the guidelines that I read off for being present on Zoom, you must be in attendance to vote on the budget. Thank you. Any other new and unfinished business, Clerk Gulick?
Item A. Item 2521, a variance of use for local holdings LLC at 6716 through 18 Kennedy Avenue in Hammond, BZA case number Z 2514.
Mr. President,
Councilman Rakos.
I make the motion to pass 25-21.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilman Rakos, seconded by Councilwoman Venez. Is there any discussion? Under discussion, this is approving a recommendation of the BZA for Foreign Local Holdings LLC. Brian and Mr. Gowacki, would you guys like to speak on this issue at any point? No? Okay.
Mr. President.
Councilman Salinas.
Yeah, I'd like to say just a few words in support of Foreign Local Brewery. They were established in downtown Hammond originally, and I was sad to see them leave. But we tried to find them a home downtown. It wouldn't work. It didn't work. But I'm glad that he remained here in Hammond. I met Mike personally. He's a responsible business owner, and a lot of his events were fun to attend. He does make some fantastic adult beverages. So I definitely support keeping Foreign Local Brewery within our city limits.
Thank you. And being in this 5th district, I support this as well. Does anybody else have anything under, any further discussion? Anybody else? Any further discussion? Clerk Gulick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Venez.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries, 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Item B. BZ reference number 25-22, a variance used for Foreign Local Holdings LLC, 6716 through 6718 Kennedy Avenue, BZA case number Z 2515.
Mr. President, make a
Councilman
motion
Rakos.
we pass 25-22.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilman Rakos, seconded by Councilwoman Venez. Is there any discussion?
The way I understand it, it's just a change in the permit uses for I-1 and just to C1. It's a zoning difference, the way I understood it.
Does anybody else have any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler.
just a question. I'm guessing, maybe this is for Mr. Poland. I'm guessing there was a public hearing through your department. Was there?
There was a public hearing
There was.
in the BZA, and
And I'm just wondering, just doing due diligence to see if there was any comments that we should know about in support or opposition of
Well,
the
there
zoning change.
was some comments about people had questions, but that is why we provide you the draft set of minutes from the BZA meeting, and that's, a lot of those comments are referenced in there. I believe it was one person who was online who had some questions
Okay.
about orders. And then if I may state for the record that with the first one was for, first variance of use was the distribution and food processing. The one that you still have before is for the tavern. And it's bringing, the first one brings the industrial uses in, the second one brings a C2 use in to a C1 district.
Councilman Tyler, just to reiterate what I've heard from 2 residents that live directly behind there, and they're in full support of it, including the dog he has too, so, including Sylvester. Is there any other discussion?
I've got one other question, Mr. President.
Councilman
It's for the owner,
Salinas.
Mike. When will the ghost chant be ready specifically?
That'll probably be the first thing we brew.
Thank you, Mike.
So hopefully before the end of the year.
Wish you luck, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else have any discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander,
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kowinski. Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakels.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
President
Anybody-
Warple, that's all the new and unfinished business.
Does anybody else have anything under new and unfinished business? Does anybody else have anything under new and unfinished business? Hearing none, public expression. George. He's waving at me, so that must mean he passes, right? Thank you. And the final speaker is Mary Schoen. I'm getting it. Yeah, you're on deck.
Hi, Mary Shones, 3945 Wabash. I just wanted to let you know, FYI, the meeting minutes for August 25th aren't online. It might just be, maybe something typed in wrong. Just wanted to let you guys know. I wanted to ask Councilwoman Vines about the Crime Watch meetings. If you are not able to go, are there meeting minutes that you can look at that are available?
Generally speaking, no. I do know that that a couple of groups do take minutes for their internal purposes, but
Oh, they
other
don't
than
pass
that,
that out?
yeah, we
Okay.
ask that you show up.
Maybe that's something that they can look at going forward if people are interested in something like that. Yeah.
Thank you for your suggestion.
Okay. And I wanted to, I'm glad that the city is getting some charging stations. I saw that they're wrapped up with police tape over there. I think that's Councilman Salinas. I think that's a good thing that the city is doing. And I wanted to let folks know too, I think this was talked about the last meeting about the Indiana redistricting. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on it. Representative Carol Jackson is having a redistricting meeting on Saturday, October 4th, from 11 to 12:30 at the Laborers Local 41, 550 Superior Avenue in Munster. It's about the state considering adding more seats to try to gerrymander the state. And if you want to make your voice heard, that is something that you might want to consider. The redistricting meeting is happening Saturday, October 4th, 11 to 12:30, 550 Superior Avenue in Munster. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So second.
Second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 The ayes have it.